What is going on, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? Welcome to the channel, Wealthiverse Studios. This is Bert, and we have
Shane. And we have a special
and at the
guest.
bottom we
Hi.
have Miss Jackie.
Thanks.
Welcome. Nice to have you guys. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. Miss Jackie, thank you for joining us on the third episode of Women in Crypto.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
We are too. All these episodes that we've hosted the last 2 weeks, you being the third special guest, have been truly amazing and eye opener for us, especially since we're males. We know there's a certain lack of females, of women in crypto. And, we've been learning so much, and we see very quickly how important it is to that we need to spread more awareness and get more females involved in this, and reaching out to women such as yourself that are already involved into the communities is amazing. So we have here Jackie. Jackie also happens to be part of Yeti, right?
Yep.
And tell us about yourself. Who are you? Why did you get into crypto? We'll just kind of start general at first. I'm going to go ahead and pull up your Twitter while you talk so people can go ahead and kind of see who you are and follow you as well.
Awesome. Yeah. So my name is Jackie, and I am from New York. Huge fan of sports and fitness. I'm very, very active in the gym. I'm also a speech language pathologist by day. So I was originally a special education teacher, and absolutely love working with children, but the education system was a little rough, and I felt like I was not actually reaching students. A friend of mine, my best friend, her mom was diagnosed with a brain tumor and lost her ability to speak. And it just that was my eye-opening moment that I needed to change career paths. And I became a speech language pathologist. I still work in the schools, but I absolutely love what I do now because I feel like I'm giving children tools in order to communicate and socialize. And so that's a little bit about my background as far as who I am. I told you I'm very big into fitness and sports and stuff like that. And I got into crypto. A friend of mine talked about Bitcoin back when it was super cheap. I was like, this guy is crazy. What is he talking about, playing with this fake digital money floating around in cyberspace? Kicking myself now for not investing back then. But 2 years ago, I really kind of started doing some research, and I joined a paid crypto group to learn. And from there, I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the communities, meeting new people from all over the world. And as a result, Yeti Coin came about, which is merging my two worlds, which is fitness and crypto.
That's awesome. Yeah, we love to see hear people's stories of how they get involved into crypto and why, and being able to represent a project that really this is something, like you said, fitness is a part of your life. I'm assuming it's your lifestyle. And now Yeti Coin, this project that you're behind, represents your lifestyle. So it's like, I'm sure it's hard work, but it's fun work, right? Like it's a different type of work.
It is. And the thing with Yeti Coin specifically is we're about, most fitness people in general, they want to help other people. That's what their goal is. And since I help children during my day job, with the fitness side, I was overweight at one point in my life, and I found my way to the gym, and just it became my healthy addiction, I guess you could say. And so there are so many people that struggle with different aspects of health, fitness, nutrition. And so Yeti Coin is really kind of embodies all of that to help people, meet their fitness and health goals. I absolutely love everything about my community. We are so motivating towards one another and posting our workouts or our meals. A couple of my community members like to run, and one of the women in my group, she ran a half marathon over the weekend, and our whole community was super supportive of her. So, but yeah, Yeti Coin is, we're also developing an app right now for Move to Earn. Everybody has Play to Earn.
Mm-hmm.
We want people moving. So people will be able to earn Yeti Coin based off of weekly steps. We'll have like a weekly step goal that we want people to hit. And if they hit that goal, they'll be put into a pool of everybody else that hit that goal for the week, and the pool will be distributed evenly amongst the holders. So
that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So Bert, questions? Do you have specific questions? I know we're jumping right into
I might
Yeti
hear
token
this one.
here.
I might hear on Twitter. And listen, let me tell you something. This is one of the things that I can really like. How may I put this? I am very a fan, not more so of an investor into a lot of these projects that I talk about. Some of them I am, some of them, but Yeti Coin have actually been one of these projects that came. It seems like it's been so long, but it hasn't, right?
Oh.
They have set the been a blueprint. You know, I've always looked into a project and see what is unique about them. How are they really setting the stone and setting the just kind of create somewhat of a history in the crypto space. And Yeti Coin have, this was the first time I've heard about Move to Earn. And I thought it was very attractive, something that was different, something people were not used to along the way of dealing with all these play to earn games. That's what was going on. And then came about Yeti Coin. And to see them actually still till this day kicking and making sure they're making a difference in the space, continuing to delivering to their community and not giving up is actually one of the things that I like about this project. Not only it's actually something different that we weren't used to at the time, but also it's actually, representing projects that people could potentially say, hey, if I'm looking for a good project to get involved in, to research on, and actually they have a history of delivering, of being there, and withstanding the storm, right? And Yeti Coin came about when there was a lot of rug pulls. They're still here. This is what I like about this project. It's unique. It's not one of these your little Looney Tune, cartoonish, little doggy type of stuff. It's one thing that actually really is kind of really attaching itself to this specific community, which is people that like to work out. And I think they got a long way to go personally, because they haven't given up so far. And Jackie, it's amazing to see you back here again. Like we talked about earlier, it seems like it's been such a long time, but it hasn't. It's been probably like maybe 2 months, 3 months, if that.
Right. 2 months in crypto though feels like 2 years.
Sure does. Sure does.
Oh, definitely. We got a lot of people saying hi here. We have Romy, I hope I said that right. William, Craig, John B, Enroll, Henry, sorry. Dut Rut, McGuire, DNA Dimensions. How y'all are doing? That guy. A lot of people saying hi. He said he definitely needs the Move app.
Some talking
Smooth from crypto. Jazz Royce, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Jazz?
And then Legal Alien. So we got the typical people here, showing some love. Appreciate it. So here I'm on your website here, and so this is the team. You wanna go over who each person here is?
Sure. So Andy and I were the ones that kind of created this project together. Andy had approached me with the idea, because we were both super passionate about fitness. Andy's actually an L1 CrossFit coach volunteer. And we talked about, just fitness people want other people to find that passion. So came up with this project, and as a result, and JD is our graphics guy. But as we've grown, we've added some new members to our team. So Dustin is also very involved in our graphics. So they're like all the videos you see and the artwork that we post. Amazing work. John is with us for marketing, and he does a lot of our Twitter spaces. We're trying to get him on some YouTubes and stuff like that. And Jonathan is also in Twitter spaces, marketing. And Jonathan also used to own a gym. So he is actually going to be working with us as one of our coaches for our NFT launch that's coming up next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday. And Steve also helps with marketing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you say you said something about Dustin here?
Dustin is graphics.
That's graphics. Okay. And then so
digital Picasso and arts and crafts guy. So but yeah, that's just our story, how this came about. And we're big on youth and getting the youth involved in sports and activities, especially since everything that the whole world has gone through with the pandemic and kids being glued to their devices. I mean, school was online for a long time, and there are families that struggle financially and don't have the means to get their children involved in sports or different clubs. So we give back to the youth. We have donated to several gyms, one being a rock climbing gym in California for some children or youth to get memberships to. One of our community members also owns a gym, and he has classes for teens. And so we sponsored or donated to that. And then we also hosted a basketball camp with ex-NBA player Ricky Davis for 75 kids to attend at no cost to their families. And they got to play with a couple ex-NBA players.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, quick question, Jackie. Now, I know when you guys started this project, if I'm not mistaken, it was on the brink of this whole pandemic situation, right? Here you are having a project, and it is based on contact pretty much, right? And you guys have been able to sustain yourself. Obviously, I'm pretty sure, you would want the chart to be a little bit more attractive on the aspect, but you still have been able to sustain yourself and not giving up, right? What have been some of the challenges, and how are you guys been able to actually keep yourself in the game during this difficult time?
Yeah. So, I'm glad that you brought that up, and you actually mentioned it earlier. So we launched November 16th, and we had the most beautiful, perfect, fair launch. That first week or two, the first week, it was just amazing. Just a slow, organic, natural growth. And literally, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 days later after our launch was Suzuki happened. And then from there, it was just one rug pull after the other. And people got scared and panic sold. The market went down, and I think the holidays were coming, and I think we were all kind of following history and thinking that it was going to pick back up, and it didn't.
Yeah, that was the turning point for the bull market.
Yep.
It went down south real quick.
And we, I think people were saying like, oh, New Year's coming and it's going to pick back up, and it didn't. We kept hoping and praying that the market would turn around, and it didn't. But you know what? We believe in our project. We believe in our community. We believe in what we're doing for people, and we're not going anywhere. We're still grinding. So, we're here to stay. We're going to be a name in the fitness industry in due time.
So are y'all working on any like specific partnerships or ambassadors, anybody that you can speak about, without giving away information you're not supposed to?
Literally just got off of 2 phone calls today, one being an ambassador, but until the contract is signed, I cannot say. But this person has agreed. So just once we get the contract signed, that news will come. And another person that we're looking to have work with us for our NFT line, the Yeti Gym Bros.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But we honestly believe that once our Move to Earn app is in testing phase, and we can go and present this to different, gyms or fitness businesses, sporting equipment or things like that, when we can actually present our app and show it live, it's going to sell itself.
Oh, of course. You'll probably have content creators like myself doing jumping jacks in front of the webcam, trying to show everybody how to earn cryptocurrency.
Me and Shane been trying to get into this workout competition for a long time. Never really happened, but
but yeah, no, if people will start doing it and they'll just start tweeting about it, it'll just spread like a wildfire. It'll promote itself, like you said. It'll market itself.
Exactly. We do lots of little things right now in the meantime to keep our community active. We right now we're doing a 6-week burn challenge. So I think week 1 is everybody has to do 60 seconds worth of jumping jacks. And if you hashtag Yeti Strong and you post your video on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter, we're buying back and burning some of those tokens. So, these are TJ. You just have
it's going on its own. So these are your ambassadors, current ambassadors.
Correct. So these are, and Soki is an amazing community member, but yeah, we're launching our Yeti Gym Bro NFTs, which are absolutely fire. I love the artwork. There, a lot of people came to Andy and I and just said how much that they loved our Yeti logo, and that we should make NFTs. And so we thought about it, but when NFTs first came out, it was all just about the artwork, and now people are, well, what's the utility behind
exactly
it? And
yeah.
so
I was just going to ask you that.
they want to know what the utility is. And that's where we had Andy and I really, it was a good 2 weeks that we were tossing ideas back and forth with each other on how we could incorporate fitness into NFTs. And so what we're doing is, if you mint and hold one of our NFTs, there is a section in our Discord called the Yeti Gym Bro section, or category, I should say. And
I saw that somewhere here. The Gym Bros.
That's they're the NFTs. So if you mint and hold one of those, you are going to be given access to elite level trainers and a nutritionist. So we currently have two women that are in like the top 75 in the world for CrossFit. They are writing weekly plans for our community. So one is focusing on like body composition, like physique training, weight loss. Then the other, Heather, is focusing on HIIT CrossFit style. And then Jonathan, who is on our team, he is going to be doing strength and conditioning and body weight workouts. And then TJ is also a CrossFit L1 trainer, but he went to school for culinary, and he has a master's in I think it's beef protein. Like, it's very specific. So he's going to be writing meal plans for cutting, bulking, and providing different recipes to go along with those meal plans, so your whole family can enjoy it. Sometimes dieting and eating grilled chicken and spinach gets old. And TJ, the other day, or a couple weeks ago, he posted a video. He said he was making chicken and waffles. And I was like, there's nothing healthy about chicken and waffles at all. But his waffles were made with sweet potato, and sweet potato is like an amazing carb that you should have. So,
wow, yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Jackie. Now, you guys being, I could say a leader, right? Like, would you guys be the ones that actually tokenize the aspects of exercising, workout, right? Because I before you guys, I didn't hear anything about that. I don't know if there's any project doing what you guys have done, and at that time, right? Were you guys the one that started this whole move to earn thing?
So we thought we did, but we're not. There are some other move to earn projects out there. However, after doing research on these other projects, we are most of those, their move to earn involves some sort of game, and it's not necessarily working out and fitness and things like that. Like, we actually are having our members, with move to earn app, you're going to have to put in those steps. You're going to have to get on a treadmill. You're going to have to go on a hike. You're going to, but not even that. You can earn your steps just if you're, depending on your career. If you're a nurse, my best friend's a nurse at Sloan Kettering in the city, and she's on her feet all day long. Construction workers, delivery people, our law enforcement, firefighters, things like that. Anybody can earn, if as long as you're physically mobile to walk. So yeah, I think we're the first as far as like fitness goes.
Nice.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, that's cool. I can see so many different people using this application, right? And can you imagine if you're a college athlete, you have your app running while you're working out already?
I know you guys talked about, I don't know, just kind of remembering some of the things we mentioned in the past AMAs months ago. Now, there was something, I don't know if you guys mentioned about having your own gym or something in relating to a gym. Can you like go over that? Because it's been a while since you been on the show. And, I want people to understand that, listen, one thing that I was excited about when I talked to you and having you on here is the fact that I know the history of this project.
Mm-hmm.
I know when you guys started. This is not a project that started yesterday. We're talking about you guys started on the brink of all the craziness, and you still here. Some people may have not heard about Yeti Coin. It's because so many projects out there, right? It's
Right.
important to know where a project comes from and what they've been through. Okay.
Sure.
To have been able to actually, just launch on the brink of all these rug pulls and this, and then actually come out with Yeti Coin when everybody else was coming out with a dog. And,
There was
people
another
loved it,
the other
right?
day.
So I feel like it's important for people to understand that. But also, like I said, in relating to the gym aspect of thing, how does that apply to somebody that likes to go out in the gym? Are you guys coming out with your own gym? Is there any partnership going on with any type of gym?
That's a long-term goal. That is something I would say in maybe 5 years. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But what we would like to do is acquire land in the metaverse and at least build a Yeti gym in the metaverse. That's also very big. And it's all the metaverse also, there are so many people who maybe want to get started on some sort of fitness lifestyle, but they're embarrassed or they don't want to go to a gym. My Twitter is filled with gym people, and somebody wrote that they went to a gym for the first time in a long time, and they were very uncomfortable because this lady wrote that she had the most clothes on out of all the women, and it made her very uncomfortable. And so there are people who just don't want to go to the gym, but having a gym in the metaverse, where we could have trainers in there working with people. Some people don't have access to a gym, depending on where they live or the financial means. So that's going to be with our Yeti Gym Bros, that if you're holding a Yeti Gym Bro, you'll have access to the Yeti gym in the metaverse. So we are looking to acquire land there. But long-term goal, I would like how they have Planet Fitness. I want Yeti Fitness.
I really I don't doubt it, man. You guys have made it so far in such a short period of time, and I've not given up. And I know the passion that you guys have behind not only the project, just behind the fact that you want, people to be fit, healthy, and just there's a huge community behind the whole aspects of fitness.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have been able to harness that community, and there may have been other projects that were trying to really harness that community, and I feel like you guys have done it a lot better, because other than that you wouldn't have not survived up until this day.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely been rough. Hi, Bree. And I saw crypto. Easy. So it's easy too. Easy. I love you. Those are my girls. Gotta have the girl support, boss girls.
Oh yeah.
I love the boss girls, but yeah, it's definitely been a challenge, and there are days where, I feel defeated. But then I look at my community and how motivating they are and how much they love us and they want us to succeed. And then it's like, okay, I'm doing this for them, I think everybody on my team is doing this for them. And like I said, there are days that are rough, and but then we just have just a beautiful community that picks us right back up.
Hey Jackie, meet King's Broadcast. He's a really good friend of ours, and he's been in the space for a minute. He likes to come onto the show and show his support. Have you met Jackie Kings?
I have met her in Twitter Spaces. I believe she did DM me a while back.
Oh yeah, she's with Yeti Coin.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm a big advocate for women in DeFi and crypto in general. So I love to see that you're up here and you're still pushing along with your project. And I don't even like to use that word. Most people know I call them businesses. I'm trying to get away from and have people get away from the word project, because to me it doesn't sound like, how would you say it? It's not
doesn't sound attractive to really.
It's not what it truly is. It's a business.
You know what? I actually like that you said that, because we Andy and I have said this several times, that we look at it as it's a startup.
100% agree with you. So. Like I've been telling people, it's like, some people like pre-sales, some people don't. I look at it like this, from a business standpoint. In the real world, when businesses are going to build a new product or want to design something, I said that money doesn't come out of their pocket. It's called, they do crowdfunding, or they go out and find investors like people in this space are doing. And the reason I kind of like them, to be honest with you, and I don't mind the raisings, because now you actually have the liquid, you have the capital for what you want to build out. And now there's no excuses 2, 3, 4 months from now. If you're responsible, you can't come on and say, well, we don't have the funding, because that's what you raised the money for, was to fund your business.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
But nice officially meeting you.
Same to you. Same to you. It's I saw somebody ask a question about keto, and the answer to that is yes. We will be providing, if somebody has interest in keto, or if somebody has a certain dietary restriction, TJ is willing to work with them individually.
Yeah.
Now, have you guys been partnered or interested in partnering up with other projects, other tokens?
Absolutely. Yeah. We're always thinking about that. It's, we actually reached out to Paratoken recently. We haven't heard back from them.
You know, the crazy thing is, I was supposed to have her on the show. I actually know. I was.
Oh, that would have been funny.
I know.
We're gonna get y'all on at the same time
on the show.
I know.
It would have been very interesting.
Yeah, it would have been great, because we were, we were thinking of trying to do something for Memorial Day with the Murph challenge. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's a challenge. A lot of CrossFit people do it, but it was to honor a fallen hero, and Para being the veteran background and things like that. We wanted to kind of get community members doing the Murph, or some aspect of the Murph, and then donating to a charity, to support veterans. So was still interested in trying to reach out to them if they wanted to do something like that with us. But definitely always interested in collaborating with other projects and partnering up, for sure.
I did want to say,
come out with some Yeti supplements or something.
That is definitely.
If you're interested, I got some connections.
Yes, please.
Yeah. we'll talk after.
No, I did want to say congratulations. I did catch a while back when you were posting kind of like your fitness journey and everything. So, congratulations to you, because I used to be somebody that was big into fitness for most of my life. And then about 5-6 years ago, I kind of lost that edge, that motivation. I haven't quite found it again yet. Luckily, I haven't obviously got horribly out of shape, but just wanted to say congratulations on your journey and continued journey into the fitness world.
Thank you. Yeah, it was hard work, and I'm happy with where I'm at. But with everything about fitness for me too, it's not just about looking good. I mean, I want to look good. I want to feel good. But adding years to my life, things like that is super important, and having proper nutrition and getting my fitness in is essential for that. People ask all the time, like, how old are you? And when I tell them how old I am, they're like, no way. I thought you were in your 20s. I'm like, pushing 40.
Wait, you're not in your 20s?
I'm going to be 40 this year.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I know I'm a little late.
Let me see that. Let me see that driver's license.
So I'm actually looking at what Shane has up on the screen here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys have a vision? And obviously, if you can answer, it can answer, to potentially have your own products, kind of like Mr. Burr said, and then obviously your own marketplace for them, where you actually use Yeti Coin or cryptocurrency to purchase them?
100%. That's exactly what we want. I want Yeti protein, Yeti fish oil, Yeti creatine. That is the goal. So, Miss Bird, if you have some inside tips for me,
I got the connections.
That would be amazing.
He does.
What about some co-branded nutritional stuff like that? That would be a pretty cool marketing strategy.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that rep different companies, and I've reached out to them, a few of them, and it's been a little bit of a challenge getting the fitness people understanding the crypto side. So I think in time, I mean, look at what happened with the Super Bowl. It was like every other commercial was about crypto, right? And so it's happening. Where more and more people are going to join this space. And I think once they understand it better and they feel safe, it's going to be a no-brainer.
Did y'all see the recent news about I think it was Walmart and McDonald's that are going to start accepting Bitcoin Lightning Network?
Yeah.
So, I mean, where are we going to, and I've been saying this, let me ask you about Bitcoin in general. I keep saying 2024, the next halving event, it's going to be so much more, like it's going to be crazy, because that's another 2 years from now, right? And the way we're progressing after looking at what happened with the Ukraine and Russian conflict, that's still going on. But what Bitcoin has offered, we're not even talking about the other cryptocurrencies yet, right?
Right.
You truly feel like we're barely scratching the surface when it comes to this crypto space?
Minimal.
It's crazy, right?
It's so crazy. I mean, when you guys asked me earlier, like, how did I get into crypto, and like I said, I know somebody, a friend of mine, who invested years ago, and I just thought it was crazy. And, then over time, more and more people were talking about it. And I did everything wrong. I was just throwing money every week into Bitcoin. I had no idea about, buying low, selling high. I was just buying, you know what I mean? And
at what price were you buying though?
I don't even know. I was just throwing money in on Robinhood.
On Bitcoin?
Yeah. And then
that's the all right one that's the good one to throw your money at blindly though. No.
Right.
Not financial advice. No.
But I just, over time, and then like I said, then I got involved with a paid crypto group where I was, with a giant community of people and learning from them. And we ended up actually branching off and starting our own, several of the community members from there. We started our own Discord and just kind of went from there, and, looking at charts and reading things and research together. So, but I feel like it's still so early.
It is.
Yeah.
It is so early. And, when people come into Telegram or Discord and they're like, how come the chart looks like this? Or, or when this and when that, and it's like, it's going to happen. You have to, you don't have to diamond hand everything, but things don't happen overnight, and just hold on. I mean, I invest in a lot of different projects, and I, there are projects that I've invested in. I haven't looked at a chart in months. I don't plan to because I know I'm not selling it.
And that's why it's important. Oh,
How
Kings
the
with
heck you
the
sending super
$50.
chat,
Where's
but
this
yet
guy?
you
What do
on the chat?
you?
You live with us and sending super chat. This man right here. That's what I'm saying. Like, different individual. Everyone smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let everyone know we are live with Jackie. We are building the foundation of the DeFi space. Exactly, man. Like, people don't get it, man. Like, there's, sometimes when you feel like everybody speak English and you try to tell them things in English, and I'm like, damn, maybe I should speak Creole. Because I'm like, geez, y'all just don't get it. None of this is financial advice, but understand the position that you're in right now, that you are a part of history. You can position yourself to make a difference in the future. Like, literally.
Yeah.
Sure. We have a new mayor here in New York City, and he's a big fan of crypto, and he actually wants it taught in the schools, in the New York City public school system, which I think is huge.
Shout out to
it?
She's talking about my man Gerard, aka Hip Hop Gamer's uncle.
Yeah, wasn't he the one? Him and the Miami mayor, the two mayors pushing big for it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, this is teach them young.
Yeah,
guys,
I agree.
He was the one. He was also calling to get paid his salary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency.
Yep.
Let me ask you, what are you going to be at the New York? What is it? The New York NFT convention that's coming up?
You know what? Somebody
later this year, because we're planning to go.
You should. You should.
Yeah, we're gonna go to every big NFT convention going forward. We're gonna get a booth with the DeFi consulting group and Wealthyverse. We're gonna get a booth. We're gonna hang up stuff. We're gonna have cameras set up, and we plan to interview everybody, boots on the ground. That's our goal at Wealthyverse Studios.
Love it.
We just came from San Diego, Jack.
Yeah, we did the San Diego one. That was our first one. Did you check it out? A few of the clips from there.
I mean, I've seen several people posting about it. It looked pretty cool. I know Daisy was there.
Yeah, she was there. We got the party. She's good people, man. She's funny as heck.
We streamed the whole thing live.
That's awesome.
Like, and the crazy thing is, people paid a premium to actually being able to access this thing at home. Right? It didn't work.
Yeah.
So because we were there, not only they got their refund back, they still were able to watch the show at home because of us.
That's amazing. Nice work, guys. But yeah, I will definitely come through for New York. Somebody asked me that the other day, and do you know the exact dates on that?
I don't know. We got to look, because you're going to want to reserve, right? If you're going to bring the team and stuff, definitely get in early, reserve your spot.
One of the things that we realize in these events, it's like, we talking about things on the internet, Twitter, YouTube. But the real marketing is done when you can make it to these events. That's what we realize.
Absolutely. The real networking, because you're exchanging numbers, you're going out to these after parties to network, and you really build these strong relationships with everybody. You know what I found interesting about the NFT convention is that, our show today, we're giving respect and bringing more awareness for women in crypto. I felt like, man, the NFT convention, there were so many females there. I was actually like, wow, it was like shocking. You don't notice how many people are really into it. I don't know if it was a San Diego thing or what, but we'll find out when we go to New York.
Yeah.
It's pretty big here. We have remember NFTs, you have to love the artwork as well, besides just what's it going to do for you. And we have a very, very big artsy crowd, I should say. I know even in my where I work, my assistant principal, one of them called and he was like, NFTs? You do NFTs? Tell me about your NFTs. And so he's going to Switzerland for some convention for an NFT thing. But yeah, I definitely want to check out New York. I would love if Andy could make a business trip out here and we could get a booth going. If not, I would like to just attend.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. And then y'all can invite us over to the booth and we can party.
Hell yeah.
The Move to Earn app. Boom.
Yeah.
Be earning crypto while I'm walking around the convention if it's out by then.
Exactly. And those convention places are huge. So
definitely
get your steps in there.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be big. Kings, what you doing down there, man? You look like you're on a mission.
That man's
again.
working.
You're not trading and losing money again, are you?
No, I don't. I don't usually lose. I'm being honest. I always usually put myself in a position where I don't lose. I mean, that's what we're all here to do, right? Is get closer to that goal of financial stability in our lives. So,
Yep.
No, but speaking of the event, I'll be honest with you, it was amazing. Meeting obviously Shane Bird after all this time of being on the live streams, meeting other individuals, obviously networking. I preached all the time. Networking is the most important thing in this space. And I was actually in the VC earlier. I said 2 things if I could tell you, if you want to have success in this space. 1, network. Network is your net worth, is how I say it, because the bigger your network, the more information you could obtain, and information in this space is priceless. And then second, I tell people always have an investing plan, a strategy, a plan of entering and exiting an investment. You know, your short term, your midterm, and your long term investment strategies. It's very important.
Absolutely, for sure.
But yeah, the NFT convention was amazing. Can't wait to do more. Obviously, my company, DeFi Consulting Group, as well as Wealthyverse, are coming together. We'll be opening our first office up here in Minneapolis next month, and then hopefully shortly after, not too long after, we'll be opening the second office down in the great city of Houston. So
very nice. Congrats, guys.
Go.
At least you know the how you said the egg is out of the basket, or how you said
the cat's out of the
something. You guys get the news. Just
cat's out of the bag.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, the cat just run away from the bag that he was being held in. You know, like it's done. That's it. You know, like.
But you had to have been watching the show to catch it, so it's still a surprise to everybody.
The thing is, Kings know more about this than we do. He just made the deal. That's it. Like, this was
what color's my underwear, King?
Like, okay, well, shoot, you just said it, bro.
Great.
All right.
Let me see. Oh,
It's so funny.
Oh man,
this is what it is, man.
It's
You guys gotta, you know, the thing is,
out of the baby bathwater.
You will never enjoy crypto. You'll never enjoy DeFi until you learn to, you know, just have a good time with it. You know, sometimes we get knocked down. You have to get back up and still laughing, smiling, have a good time, and talk to people. Guys, I've dealt with this on a daily basis. Sometimes, you know, I look at my phone. I don't even want to pick that junk up, you know, because this I already know so many messages, so many this and da. But at the end of the day, if you enjoy what you're doing, you understand where you at right now, you know what you represent right now, the opportunity that is given to you. It's never going to be perfect. There has never been anything like DeFi. Nothing.
Right.
So it cannot be perfect. It can never be anywhere like where you take into your mind, well, it should be this way. No, it's DeFi. It has never been done before. We're creating the future of DeFi. We are.
Yeah.
Nobody is right now. We are creating it. And you understand it? And this is why I always ask people, I say, listen, what are you doing? Because at the end of the day, we don't have a blueprint. We are the blueprint.
Yep.
Facts.
Yep. Kings, check your cell phone.
I also think, you know, what you're saying too is that like we don't have a blueprint. We're creating this blueprint. And we're creating this space. I think it's you know, in order to get new people, they need to feel comfortable. They need people like us that are going to welcome them and guide them. You know, people always say, do your own research. Well, what does that even mean? You know, for somebody new, they don't understand what that means. It doesn't mean just, you know, jumping into a hype train, you know, going into the Telegram, asking the questions, you know, teaching them how to look at a chart. Like I said, I was buying things and I never looked at, I just was buying. I wasn't paying attention to the price, you know, and I was just take my money. And so, you know, teaching people and educating them.
Yeah. I think that's so important. And that's great. Like, you know, we got to educate people more, less drama, less like, you know, you see some communities that like people ask a question and they're like, oh, that's so stupid. Are you new? And this and that. Like, you know, we've got to do better at like actually inviting people. That's the only way we're going to spread this adoption. And, you know, we've got to do better at like actually inviting people. That's the only way we're going to spread this adoption. And, We're not going to spread adoption by scaring people, right?
Right.
Making people go, why would I want to be part of this? So
somebody came into our Telegram, I think it was today or yesterday, and they said, when's the next exchange? And I said, we're not planning on a new exchange. We're listed here, and I named the places we were listed. And I said, unfortunately, exchanges don't always bring the best ROI. And right now, with where we're at, we're focusing on marketing in a different aspect instead of listing on a new exchange. And he wrote back and he was like, and he said, I'm sorry, I'm new. He was very new to crypto. And I said, well, that's great that you're asking these questions, and learning. He accepted my feedback to him, and he said other groups, they would say this is FUD. And everybody in my community is like, well, we don't act like that here. We want people to ask the questions, and especially if you're new and you don't understand something, it's okay. Don't be embarrassed. That's how you learn. So, but yeah, the drama, that kind of stuff. I mean,
I had somebody that asked me a question earlier in relating to that, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the question was, "What do you look at when you do your own research? What does that mean? What kind of question do you ask?" And I'm like, "Geez, this was one of the, many questions that I got," and I'm like, you know what? Listen, there's no dumb questions,
none.
as long as you keep it respectful. And I said, this is one of the things that some people don't understand is that, listen, you are entitled to ask questions. You should ask questions. This is how you learn. This is how you learn about the project, right? Every project is the same. It's different, but how do you learn? Should I put my money in? What's going on with this? What's the utility? Blah, blah, blah. It's just asking question is important, but also you got to understand you're speaking with individuals that have feelings. You have to keep it respectful.
Absolutely.
When people talking about, well, I get kicked out of the Telegram group. Yeah, I know I've gotten kicked out of the Telegram group once. But the thing is, some devs, they would appreciate that respectful aspects of, this respectful approach. Just make sure you keep it respectful when you're asking these questions. But at the end of the day, if you keep it respectful and they kick you out, definitely, like for me, this is what I did. Like, you kick me out, I don't invest.
Same. I was kicked out of a Telegram once, and I was not fudding. I asked a question and I was attacked and kicked out. My money didn't go into that project.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, we see it too a lot. I think it's more like in the degen space, because we had a Sharuk came last week. She's from Kuwait, and she's dealing with a lot of like issues in Kuwait for being a female, but she said she's had nothing but great experiences, positive experiences in the NFT space. And I think she's doing more of the arts and craft area of NFTs, where I feel like it's a little bit more it's away from the degen side. And so people seem to be more mature there. I don't want to like disrespect anybody here, but I think you know what I'm talking about, right, Jackie?
100%. Yeah. You go into some of these Twitter spaces of NFTs that, are chilling or whatever, and everyone seems so positive and beautiful and uplifting.
Yeah.
And then you go into some crypto spaces and people are yelling and screaming and there's drama. And I was in a Twitter space last night and it was wonderful. And I actually said, in order to get new investors and new people into crypto, if they were ever to enter some of these spaces, I would run like holy hell. It's scary. Nobody wants to. There's no need for that.
It's funny you guys are talking about this. So when we're talking about, I can only speak on the United States. I don't know any other country besides the U.S. This is where I grew up. This is where I spent most of my time in, and I understand this is how business run in the United States. Like when you're at your job, for those of us that I've worked before, and you've seen how your manager conduct himself, his manager, and when you get into the corporate office, you see how they conduct themselves. And when you look at crypto and you say, well, are we conducting ourselves the same way? Well, if we're not, then at that point, this is the problem. It's like, these are the people that we're trying to attract And the corporate aspects, when you walk into the office and you see how they carry themselves, this is what they're used to. So if you're not trying to create an atmosphere that they're used to attract them and make them feel comfortable, guess what's going to happen? They're not going to want to be a part of it. And this is DeFi right now. This is what we need to change. People think about, it's DeFi, anything goes. No, anything does not go. We have to maintain ourselves like we have a brand. We have our head is intact on our shoulders properly, like we have some type of manners. There's a lot of people that are extremely disrespectful on DeFi, thinking just because I'm pissed off because I chose to spend 5,000 sell my house and invest it into a project and then now I'm supposed to come out and talk however I want. It's not that way, because the way to attract new money in is we need these big whales. We need these institutional type of money to come in, and we have to adapt to what they used to. Not the fact that we need to decentralize, but we need to create that atmosphere where we feel like they can trust us and feel comfortable to invest their money in.
And being professional is important. You don't see the Wall Street, people screaming and yelling and cursing at other people and communities and just being completely negative and nasty. I'm sure they could do that on the side, but it's got to be a positive, welcoming space for people.
You know, the crazy thing is, I've paid attention to crypto for quite a while, but last year was the main year that I've really looked into crypto and really watched it like every single day type of stuff. And I'm like, yo, okay, people have asked for, prior to being doxxed, okay, we didn't have that, and then people have cried and asked for doxing, and they give them doxing. They ask for KYC, you get KYC. You ask for, hey, I want to see their faces. Now we're doing AMAs and this and that. I'm like, yo, what project is doing it good? Like, what do you always find a certain group of people that's never satisfied? What do you want at this point? Everything that you've asked for, you've gotten from many different projects. Right. Some have done this, and that. Some have docs, some have KYC, and they're like, what are you wanting at this point? It's just getting ridiculous. And you want to help people, but you don't know what they really want on that aspect. It's just, in my mind, it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, we had somebody about doxing. That's funny. They told me, and I think it was after I had been on with you, Mr. Burt, and they said I used a fake person. I said, excuse me? I said, you've seen me live on YouTube. Like, you see my pictures. I had an actual conversation, and he was like, that wasn't you. Not you.
Nice.
Andy, I believe, sent his fingerprint once because it was just like,
wow.
Like completely ridiculous, But we're kind of boring people anyway. We say that all the time. We go to bed at 9:30, up at 4:35.
So what? I'm looking at your Twitter, and so I want to ask more about you now. So diehard Jets and Mets fan. You have an accent. You're clearly from New York, right? Have you always been a Jets and Mets fan your whole life?
So Mets fan, yes. Probably one of my first memories that I can actually remember is being on the 7 train with my dad. I was about 3 years old, and I was sitting on the 7 train. We were going to Shea Stadium. This was when Shea was around, and he stuffed beer cans in my pants to bring into the stadium so he could drink, and that was like my first memory. My parents are huge Mets fans. Football was something I got into when I was in college. My brother had season tickets to the Jets, and it was my 21st birthday, and he called me up and he said, listen, I can't go to the game today. Come to my apartment, take my tickets, bring your roommate. My roommate was from Boston and not into sports at all. And the two of us went. I had the time of my life. I was fan of the week. I was completely wasted drunk. It was just the best day. And after that, I think I know more about football than my dad and my brother combined at this point.
That's funny.
Yeah. So Sundays, when people ask, like, what, don't bother me on Sunday, I'm watching football.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, I live very close to Citi Field, so I like to go to a lot of Mets games. And Friday, I am going to the first 39 years I've never been to the home opener,
Oh,
and
wow.
I am going on Friday for the first time, so I'm very excited.
Well, congrats. Have
Thanks.
fun.
Thanks. But yeah, New York girl. I lived in Chicago for a few years, and that was a wonderful experience. If I would move back to Chicago in a heartbeat. I absolutely loved that city. So I did leave New York for a little bit, but New York is home.
Yeah. What about basketball? Because Knicks, you're not a Knicks fan. Nah, never got into it.
Professional basketball has never really been my thing.
Because I haven't won a championship.
Kendrick Perkins was one of our ambassadors, and Ricky Davis, and so I apologize. I like college basketball better than the NBA. But basketball is never really my thing. Football and baseball, 100%.
College basketball is fun.
Jets.
Oh yeah.
I'm a complete lunatic when it comes to sports, and people don't want to go to games with me because I'm the girl that's screaming, yelling, getting kicked out.
Who's your favorite Jet
of all time?
Yeah, for you. Who?
Curtis Martin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I actually, so I go to this, it's a Twitter space called the Jets Lounge, and I hang out with all these Jets fans, and Damian Woody pops in there quite a bit.
That's cool.
Richardson, and they know how much I love Curtis Martin. They sent me a signed Curtis Martin player card, and my cousin got me a signed Curtis Martin jersey during the pandemic. So I'm very happy. Girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. I'd love to get on our team.
Got questions? We losing you in the sports?
One Yeti. You know, the crazy thing is, the only sport I know, I used to be a big basketball thing. You know, like I feel like if my parents had supported me, I would have made it to the NBA.
Thanks.
But that never happened. So I got into workout. And I worked out every day of my life for quite a while. And I would work out twice a day. And because I didn't have no friends, so I'd just work out. I'd go to the gym in the morning and then go to the gym in the afternoon. So I got real ripped. And then I had kids. And then that just like whatever, right? And then this has been one of the things that I've been trying to get back into heavy. Although people have seen me, they're like, yo, man, how many times you work out a day? I'm like, I haven't worked out in 3 years.
He said he was out of shape. I was like, what are you talking
I'm really
about,
out of shape, bro. I have not worked out in 3 years, bro. Like, I have not worked out in 3 years. You know, I drank quite frequently. Like, I'm very transparent. Like, this is one of the things people don't understand. It's like, yo, if I'm sharing my life with you guys, don't use that junk against me, because I sure as hell know you ain't perfect yourself either. But I'm just better than you to say that I'm admitting the fact that I need some changes in this aspect of the things that I do. And, the thing is, and this is what I really was passionate when I first met the Yeti project, right? And I felt like it was something that I was in a space where I'm like, yo, one of the things with a lot of people that do not get up the couch and work out, it's not the fact that they're lazy, it's the fact that you need that motivation.
Yeah.
Okay. And I felt like Yeti Coin just came up with something that really motivate people. And one of the things that I said in some of the AMAs we've had is like, you actually really motivate people to get up off the couch and get out there and do something else. So if you're not doing it for yourself, well, do it for the money, because you just because you're moving, you're earning something. And I felt like that's something that is really needed, is the fact that a lot of time we don't do certain things is because we're not motivated to do it. Yeah. And the thing is, when it comes to life right now, you have to understand the situation that we are living in right now drains your motivation. It drains you out of doing things, because it is, in many ways, for many people, it is so negative. Life is so negative. And when I see people are coming out with projects, programs to motivate people, giving people a different reason as to why you should do things, as to why you should keep on living. Suicide rate is really high.
Yes.
Mental issues is really high. People don't talk about this, but why? Because the thing is, We can't trust people no more. We can't trust the old system. So when you find projects that are fueling people, empowering people to stepping up and do something different, when they're in the verge of giving up, you got to recognize these projects. And this is what I like about this project in itself, is the fact that it's not about buying the token. You know, it's like, what if this thing could be something that really could be potentially be, you know, a big deal?
Right.
How many lives could it change?
Yeah. I mean, just with the motivation, we have a motivating community that will push you. You know, it takes 2 weeks to get into it to a healthy habit, especially, you know, a new fitness routine. But you know, talking about like McDonald's and Bitcoin and things like that, you know, accepting Yeti Coin because we're a fitness token, you know, things like this. This is all it's going to happen. It's going to take time. But with Move to Earn, you know, the mental health issues that people suffer from, you know, a lot of times, a lot of people who have anxiety or depression, you know, they struggle to just get out of bed. And a lot of times they'll tell you, like, if you can just get up and just do one positive thing for yourself, go take a walk, you will feel better. It makes you feel better. So that's what we're about, you know, just trying to get people healthy and in the right mindset and make some money while doing it. Put the phone down. Don't look at the charts all the time. Just, you know, crypto can be very, very stressful, you know, when you're looking at your portfolio and especially during a bear market, you're like, oh my God, you know, and it's like, down, it'll get better.
Yeah. Think about being a crypto investor, being on YouTube, okay? You know, although people make it seem like you've went to a university and got your influencer degree. All right. Think about not only you dealing with your own personal stress of dealing with looking at your wallet and we in a bear market, you're losing money. So being on YouTube, now you're getting blamed for every rug pull that have happened in the past few days.
Right.
Okay. So that's add on to, you know, you losing money as an investor. It's like, it's just crazy. And this is why I tell people, like, people, you know, you got every influencer thinking like, well, you know, I'm doing this for you. No, man. Like, I'm dealing with my own problems. Do you ask me how am I doing? How's my day going?
Right.
How much money you lost today? You know, but I'm still waking up every day to do what I need to do for my community. I'm still willing to step up and empower my community. But at the end of the day, sometimes think back, understand I'm human too. I'm just like you. The same thing I'm doing, you could do it too. But the fact that is, I'm willing to empower myself and find the strength somewhere to come up here every day to do what I do to make sure that I'm empowering somebody that needs this.
Yeah.
It's not easy. If you think it's not easy looking at your wallet when you're losing money on a bear market every day, think about adding doing this to it. And then on top of that, you're getting blamed for everything that's happening. Every time I see somebody post something about an influencer, it really gives me a headache. Because at the end of the day, I feel like, yo, you don't understand. You can do it too. If you think you could do a better job, all you have to do is flip your phone around. Put it on you, Twitter, on Facebook. You're an influencer. You could do the same thing. Do it better. It's the same way I look at people. When you complain about a project, guess what? You could do the same thing. It takes maybe 2 days to launch a contract. Launch your own project. Do better. Yeah. But keep the toxicity. Keep the argument. Keep the drama away from it, because at the end of the day, everything is based on your own personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of it.
Agreed. I'm doing my best, you know, and I know that not everyone's going to love me, and that's okay. But you know, just be respectful. I mean, I'm working my butt off, and still working my full-time job, and trying to take care of my parents and all these different things, you know. And if you think that I'm doing such a terrible job, well, I'm sorry, but not everyone thinks like that.
I think really right now, for everybody that's watching, if you ask yourself, what can I do? I can't be an influencer. I can't be a shiller. I can't be a YouTuber. I can't be a mod. I can't be a dev. I can't come out with a project. Let me tell you guys something. The best thing you could do right now is support. Support the projects that are doing their best. Stay away from the drama. Stay away from, I know there's a lot of things that's going to happen in crypto where we don't like. You know how much money I've lost in crypto? I have never come on the screen and I've talked about any project in a negative way. I have so much dirt on so many projects. I could come out here and spend a whole week every day, have a different show about a different project. Right. Because on the back end, I hear so many junk. But it doesn't matter to me because I know where I'm at. And you have to understand this, because at the end of the day, some of these projects that are supposed to survive in the next few years, they're going to survive based on the community. The devs going to do their best. But if you don't back these devs up, they're not going to succeed. They're human.
I agree. Well, hey, Jackie, do you have anything else that you wanted to share? Anything that you wanted to get out here to the audience?
No, I just think I want to thank you guys so much for highlighting women in crypto. I think it's super important that people see us and respect us. Hi, that's it, little baby. They see us, they respect us. We are humans, so be respectful. And understand that you don't know what someone's dealing with, and a lot of times I put on a happy face. You don't know what I'm struggling with, what's going on in my personal life, but as a leader of a project, I have to put up a front at times, and I think like seeing I've been muting things. I just mute button, mute, because I don't want to see the negative stuff. And I understand it's out there and it's fine. But I think, think before you post.
Yeah, I agree. Take some time, let it sink in before you hit send or whatever, because you might want to change it. Once it's out there, it's done.
Yep.
So
I think really this is the problem with crypto right now. We have so many dirty people that have voices that can't even take it. You're not even strong enough to post your own picture on your Twitter profile.
Right.
But you feel like you speak volume. Like my face is on there, and a lot of these devs' faces are on there, out there for you to see. But you're speaking in a way where your voice should matter, your concern should matter. But yet, when I look at the profile, I'm like, is that an NFT or a cartoon?
Yeah.
Right. You have a cartoon as a picture.
Like, what is that, bro? Like, you right there instantly, I block you, I ignore you, because at this point, when I look at you, you're nobody. So I need to treat you like you're nobody. Because if you're gonna face something, if you feel like you got a voice, then you have to present yourself just like everybody else is doing. Because the person you're challenging, they're not a cartoon. Show your face, just like we all doing.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of this game. Like, it's like I'm back in the elementary. I don't even know how that feels like. But with crypto right now, yeah, I could really feel like this is how it is. Like, I'm tired of this, man.
You could tell Bert's like he's on a roll tonight. He's
I don't
just
play
ready.
No games, Shane. Let me tell you
I
something.
know.
I don't play no game. Man, get the heck out of here with this crybaby junk, man. Let's make some money.
He's ready. He's ready, man. He's tired. He's been dealing with a lot of different
Shane,
people.
It's not even. I've always been like this, man. It's like after you deal with things for so long, over and over again, it's like, when people gonna take responsibility for their own selves? Like, we are all adults. And we need
that's why they utilize social media, and they're no good in real life because they're held accountable in person. They get fired, or they just they can't promote, they can't do a lot of different things, because if they're acting like this online, they can't handle it in person.
The thing that got me, guys, is prior to crypto, I remember before crypto got as famous as it is right now, I've dealt with many people. I used to talk to a lot of people, and the main things, people were asking for a change, for asking for something different. And I'm noticing crypto is a gift. to everybody that's been asking for a change in the system, a change in the way that we used to live our life over the past like centuries. We have given this opportunity. And what really messes with me mentally is the fact that stop complaining, because now it is proven that you're the problem because you have given that opportunity. It's decentralized. And this is what you choose to do with it. Now, at this point, is the government the problem? Is the system the problem? No way, Jose. You the problem because the opportunity is in your hand right now. But what you choose to do with it is to fight against each other. Is to destroy each other, not to build each other up. Well, because you want life to be perfect. That's what I'm tired of. So that's why I don't really, associate myself in feeling sorry for nobody. That's your problem because you the problem. I've lost money too, just as much as everybody else have lost money. It ain't really. Oh yeah, I'm. No, we all lost money in the game. Some of us have figured out a way to deal with it better. I can share my experiences with you. My experiences, if you listen, will educate you. But I'm not being held. I don't want to be held accountable for nobody else's action. That's your action. That's your money. Did I go work for you? Did I go spend that 8 hour at that job that you hate for you? No. But understand, when you have real project that are doing things differently, that'll setting, you gotta figure it out yourself. Ask questions. It's important, but we have to be respectful because at the end of the day, we're speaking with human beings that have feelings. We can't just address things anyway. We can't be out here just cursing each other out and just feeling like this is what I want to say. I'm just gonna say it. We can't do that. This is what I'm just don't like about this space. It's a whole bunch of kids and people, grown folks that have kids. I'm like, I can't imagine how your kids feel when you are home with them. Like you have no home training. Like, come on, where's the control?
Well said.
Yeah, it's just nerve-wracking. Man, I got everybody quiet. What the heck?
Hey, this happened in the VC earlier after
I know, right? It was like quiet for about a good
Mic
minute.
drop.
Yeah, hey, people that's been used to watch me, they know how I speak, man. I don't play no game. I'm not out here trying to act like something I'm not. I'm gonna tell you what I gotta tell you. What y'all ain't paying my bills. That's the thing about me. Like, I don't feel like I should be holding back for nobody. The crazy thing is people would feel much more comfortable hearing somebody, using the F-bombs and the mud, this and that, when somebody keeping it real with them. I don't use these words, but I keep it real with you on a logical aspect. Make you think.
I can get a little gangster with people at times,
You have to. You have to.
When it gets to a certain point, then I'm like, all right, you know what? And I'm not going to be disrespectful, but I'm going to let you know how it is.
You have to, because sometimes you have to take it to that level to actually save some people.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really take it. You have to play a little rough and still respectful and be to save some people.
Yeah.
Because some people think they don't need to be saved, and having to have been around crypto from the beginning of last year heavily, every day, watching the charts, watching these YouTube videos, watching every single project, getting into being in crypto as far as a YouTuber or so-called influencer, which I hate that word because an adult should not ever allow themselves to be influenced by anybody. Who controlled your own mind? You, right? Why should you allow somebody else to influence you to do something? That's little kid. That's what you tell your kids. When you go to school, don't let nobody do that, right? But now in crypto, it seems like it's okay. Well, I was influenced by that guy. Man, you a dummy. Get the heck out of here type of stuff. But at the end of the day, yeah, so it's like you really feel like you have to elevate yourself into a higher level, because people talk to people in crypto like they're talking to kids. And this is one thing I've realized is that I'm dealing with adults. Why should I talk to you like you're a kid? Why should I feel like I'm entitled to do what you should be doing for you? I'm not. And I hate when these guys try to make it seem like they're entitled to do something for other people in that aspect. I can't think for you, but I can teach you how to think. I can teach you based on my experiences. This is how I think. This is what I've learned from my experiences, and that would teach you this and that. And this is one thing about Yeti Coin. When you first got here, and I was like, look, man, you came in during the time Yeti Coin was born during the time of all the rug pulls, all the craziness. And you guys had an amazing lunch. Community was very strong behind you up until now. This is what I want people to understand, where you guys came from, what you had to deal with. And one question that they asked you is like, well, during the pandemic, it was that era. And you have a token that is associated with contact, right? And you still survive. Mm-hmm. These are the type of things that are important to know where they came from, where are they going? And I know what you've been through. So now at that point, I know where you're going because I know you've been through a lot worse. So I know what you can able to handle as a project, as a company. You know, but when I tell people, hey, ask the right questions, get to know a project, get to know the dev, get to know something. It's like these are the things that's important. It's not about when Lambo or when Phantom. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Jackie don't know about Phantom.
Don't know about Phantom.
So Jackie, Bert went on a whole rant.
I do that sometimes, man. I do that sometimes.
Sorry to take away your time, Jackie. Do you want to? Is there anything
Jackie is used to it because the last time it's always like that, man. Like the thing is, as people thinking about being professional, they forget about being real. And this is one thing that I'm never gonna lose. Like, I don't feel like I should change and keeping, people feel like they could come out here and disrespectfully be using profanity in people's faces and blah, blah, blah. And then it's cool. But the moment that you're speaking on an aspect of really like being real, it's like, it's a problem. Why is it a problem? No, you got to tell people this. It's important. We're not talking to kids, like I said before. It's not a rant. It's just being real with people, man. Yeah, I'm done.
So Jackie, sorry, we I don't know. I Kings, do you have any questions?
No, I mean, I've just been definitely listening. You know me, a lot of times I like to speak when I get going, but then I love listening to Bert when he gets on his how do you say it?
Philosophical
speeches. So
no, but I mean, you guys are bringing to light what needs to be said. So I mean, Mr. Bert just broke it down and
just dropped the mic like 20 times.
I always do, man.
I love that about you.
Oh, trust me, man. Trust me. He
Jackie. You've been in this space where, and I've lived through the era of every influencer's being attacked.
Yeah.
I have yet to be the only influencer that have not been attacked. It's because of this. Mm-hmm. Because of the way I communicate.
Somebody tried to say something last night on TG and Bert came in.
I went ham.
He went ham.
Logically, without using one profanity.
But that's the thing. It's like, you're a professional but sometimes you really have to just tell people how it is, and people can't be disrespectful anymore. They need to stop. Grow up.
The crazy thing is, the moment I start talking, people think I'm mad. And I'm like, yo, bro, like the last person that you heard talking, he probably used 10 profanity. You didn't say he was pissed off or disrespectful in any way. But I'm sitting out here telling you logically how it is. Oh, yeah, well, he must be mad. No, the last guy you listened to, he was pissed off and disrespectful to you. I'm not. I'm just telling you things and relating to reality. Why am I going to be the one to be attacked? I'm just telling you what it is. Respect. I respect you enough to know that I should not use a certain words in front of you. But for you, it feels like that guy that's cursing you out using the F-bomb, the M-bomb, and this and that. It seems like he's speaking the beautiful language of love to you that is good to your ears.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a problem. I just don't get people.
No manners.
No manners at all. No common sense. It's not even manner. No common sense.
Right.
It's like you want to hear the things that you should not be that should not be appealing to your being, that is comfortable to you.
Yeah.
But the things that should be comfortable to you, that's teaching you something but it's a problem. But this is what the world is right now. It's upside down. Right is wrong, wrong is right. I'm the wrong one to challenge. Tell everybody this.
Well, I really appreciate you. I think you're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
But thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. We've been here for about an hour and 21 minutes. Usually we just do this for an hour. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Thank you, King's Broadcast, although he stepped off. I don't know what he went and did. Thank you for being here. Shannon, any last word?
Yeah, real quick. Please, everybody follow Jackie. This is going to be her Twitter account at Yeti Jackie. And obviously, please check out Yeti Coin ETH. That's a link tree. Go to her page. Go to her Twitter page first. And then if you're interested in Yeti, go check out Yeti. Jackie, we really appreciate you being a special guest today for our Women in Crypto episode. It's been amazing. Got to hear Bert get crunk again. I'll hear it again later tonight. He'll have to give the same speech to somebody later on tonight in Telegram. I'm pretty sure.
Well, ain't nobody talking about these things. Everybody's
I know.
Everybody's trying to come up with a smile and try to act like they care. Nobody cares.
That's why you're the you have to. We got to have somebody like you, man. I appreciate
I call
that.
This the crypto gospel when I speak.
I'm call this guy Batman. Kings, you got anything, dude?
No, just appreciate it. Definitely congratulations to you, like on your journey so far, and obviously for the future as this space continues to grow, and Yeti Coin is part of that future also. There's a lot of great projects and businesses in this space that don't necessarily get the awareness or attention they should. But hopefully we can start to make that necessary change so that they can.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
And Jackie, do you have any last words or anything for your audience?
I just thank you so much for joining and hanging out with us tonight. I really appreciate you guys for having me on and thinking about me. It's an honor to be here and keep doing amazing work and highlighting the amazing women in these spaces. There are some phenomenal females out there. And for those of you that are listening, don't be afraid to ask questions, to anybody in the communities that you're in. If you ask a question and people attack you, that's probably not the best community for you. And if you have any questions about Yeti Coin or you're interested in starting a fitness journey, definitely hit me up. I am always available to talk, unless I'm teaching. If I'm with the kiddos, I got to be with the kiddos. But and hopefully I get to see you guys in New York. As soon as I get off here, I'm gonna look up this the NFT conference. But
we'll probably next month we'll go ahead and schedule everything and reserve everything if they let us. I think next month will be good for us, but because we just got back this month from San Diego.
I feel like it's in July. I think that's what I remember reading.
Could be. I gotta check.
Yeah,
yeah.
You guys,
Mr. Burt.
I heard something's going on in Austin too. I was just told that today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's close to home for me. That'll be great.
Right? Yeah. I'm waiting on the information.
Both of us. Me and Bert live 10 minutes away, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Right next door.
Literally on the same street, 10 minutes away.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That man had a house being sold right next to his house. It's like,
I tried to get him to buy the house next to me.
Like this house, and I'm like, yeah, it's cool, man. And then he showed me how he would wake me up in the morning. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna leave next.
Throw rocks at his window.
Nobody want to throw rocks at 7:00 in the morning. Hey, Bert, wake up.
I would like to move to Texas someday. I was one of John, he's on my team. We were on the phone yesterday, and he said that he had some work being done in his house, and he said, "Oh, my kitchen is 600 square feet and getting tile work done." And I said, "Holy crap!" I said, "My entire apartment is 600 square feet."
It's New York, yeah. Like I have like the 3,400 square foot house.
Yeah,
It's
so his
nice,
house is quite large as well. And he told me what he paid for it several years ago, and I was like, "Yeah, I paid more for my apartment."
yeah. No, it's expensive where you're at for
It is
sure.
very expensive. So buy some Yeti Coin. So
Move on down to Texas.
I could move to Texas.
Yeah.
Everything down here is big.
That's
Yep.
right. I've been to Austin. I actually loved it. One of my good friends lives there. But I would like to see more of Texas. So
Yeah.
definitely
Awesome.
out there. But thank you guys. I had an amazing time.
You're welcome. Bert, any last words before we shut this down?
Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Jackie, for being here with us, representing Yeti Coin. Thank you for all amazing community members or mods who always support us every night on this show. Thank you. With that being said, now, guys, tonight we're gonna be talking about Phantom. All right, we're gonna have a crypto hangout, and Phantom is gonna be the main topic. So if you aware of the project, you want to be a part of the show, and you want to come out and hang out with us, come out and hang out with us. So it's going to be 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be back with you guys in the next couple hours. With that being said, have a wonderful evening, everybody.